Sadashivasamārambhāṃ Shankarācārya-madhyamāṃ Asmadācārya-paryantāṃ Vande Guru-paraṁparāṃ. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketase cha. So we should be in your PDF page 81, line 2, on the top. Gita Press page number 82. The last couple of lines before next mantra starts, number 11 start. Let's chant the Moolam, number 10. Indriyebhyah parahyarthaha.
Indriyebhyah parahyartaha.
Arthebhyascha param manaha.
Artebhyascha param manaha.
Manasastu para buddhihi.
Manasastu para buddhihi.
Buddheratma mahan paraha.
Buddheratma mahan paraha.
Let's read the Bhaashyam. From Manasopi para. Manasopi para.
Manasopi para.
Sukshmatara mahattara.
Sukshmatara mahattara.
Pratyagatma bhuta cha buddhi.
Pratyagatma bhuta cha buddhihi.
Buddhi shabdavachyam.
Buddhi shabdavachyam.
Adhyavasayadi arambhakam bhuta sukshmam.
Adyavasayadhyarambakam bhuta sukshmam.
Buddhehe atma.
Buddhehe atma.
Sarva prani buddhinam.
Sarva prani buddhinam.
Pratyagatma bhutatvat.
Pratyagatma bhutatvat.
Atma mahan sarva mahatvat.
Atma mahan sarva mahatvat.
Okay. So we'll review that. We have completed studying until that point. So having described those qualifications, Viveka, Shama, Dhamma, until mantra number 9, Yamadharmaraja is now talking about how to recognize that Atma. Because confusion begins only with the body. With respect to the world, there is no confusion as far as self-identification is concerned. There is some confusion, psychological confusion and all is there. But as far as identification, nobody considers the tree to be myself. I am the tree, nobody says. I am the house, nobody says. I am the far off Pluto, nobody gets confused. I am the sky, nobody says. I am the flying bird, nobody says. But when it comes to the body alone, from that point on, confusion begins. Therefore, Yamadharmaraja is also saying, okay, let's just start from there. Let's start from where confusion exists. So, Indriyebhyah parahyarta. Arthaha. We saw that. Arthebhyascha param mana. Because the popular meaning of the word arthaha, it refers to an object. Okay, it refers to an object. But here, object cannot be subtler than the sense organs. And therefore, Shankaracharya is redefining the word arthaha to mean those subtle panchabhutani. There are panchabhutani, akashaha, vayu, adi. And those the subtle panchabhutas which have given rise to the sense of the five sense organs, senses, sense of hearing, sense of touch, etc. He is referring to those panchabhutani by the word arthaha. We saw that last time. And so, and then subtler than those panchabhutaha are the panchabhutas that give rise to manaha. Now you have to convert everything to panchabhutaha. Okay. Because the mind is even subtler than the sense organs. We know that very well. The sense organs cannot function without the mind, but the mind can function without sense organs functioning. Okay. So even in waking state, eyes are closed and you can close it, you're not hearing anything, and you can think about a lot of things. A lot of planning happens. A lot of planning happens without the use of sense organs. All strategy being worked out in corporate boardrooms. After all the data is collected, stored in the mind, then the mind is deliberating. Okay. So, so therefore, arthebhyascha param manaha. And then manasastu para buddhihi. Okay. Mind is the creator of doubt. Sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. And buddhi is the one that puts the doubt to rest, and therefore buddhi is superior. And this word superior also, Bhashyakara explained very well, 2 times, more than 2 times actually. And so, what is it? First meaning of superior is, first aspect of superiority is sukshmam, subtlety, subtlety. So, mind is, the sense organs are subtler than gross objects. Uh, and the Panchabhutas are subtler than sense organs. Mind is subtler than the sense organs, or the Panchabhutas that form the mind are subtler than the Panchabhutas of that form the Indriyas. And then Buddhi to Manaha, subtler. Subtlety is one aspect. Then Mahantaha cha, he says. Mahan. So Mahan means more pervasive, more pervading, more expansive. And so the subtler an entity, the more its reach. Sense organs are very much here only in the body. They are not all pervasive, but they are able to access more, just far away things. Therefore, they are more pervasive. Mind is even more pervasive. Even beyond the senses, the mind can go. Mind can think of things that don't exist here at all. Think of the past. Think of the future that may or may not exist also, mind can think of. Therefore, Mahantaha, more pervasive. Then what? Pratyagatma bhutascha. It is of the nature of Atma. It is means it is closer to Atma. That's the idea there. And that is one of the reasons. One of the commentators says this Pratyagatma bhutam, because the word Pratyagatma bhutam can be confused to Pratyagatma itself. Potentially, Pratyagatma means Sachidananda Atma. He is taking the manas, because what somebody might say, manas is the Atma. Mind is Atma. There is a big theory out there. Mind is Atma. There is nothing beyond mind. There is nothing. That's a maximum human beings have figured out. Beyond mind, there is nothing. Therefore, I am the mind. Very popular. You can think about it. You can create your own theory and you can publish papers. You can get PhD. You can become a professor also and get a salary out of it also. Amazing. So just by developing a thought and arguing it out, you have to argue it out. And so, therefore, here, Manaha also, he says, Manaha Shabdavachya, and he's taking it down to the Panchabhutani. And one commentator says, he says that because people can take that mind itself to be Atma or Buddhi itself to be Atma. Therefore, Shankaracharya is using the technique of taking it down to the Sukshma Bhutas. Okay, we studied all that. Then we saw finally Buddher Atma Mahan Paraha. That also we saw last time. So after Buddhi, subtler than the Buddhi, superior to the Buddhi is Atma. And we saw that this word Atma refers to Hiranyagarbha. The word Atma does not refer to Pratyagatma. We know that. First clue is that the next mantra continues, number 11. Okay. So Mahataha Param Objektam, Avyaktat Purushaha Param. So continues. This discussion continues. Therefore, the word Atma in this mantra number 10 cannot be Pratyagatma, cannot be Satchidananda Atma. Okay. And sure enough, Bhaashyakara says Atma is what? Sarva Prani Buddhinam Pratyagatma Bhutatvat Atma Mahan Sarva Mahatvat. So he's in the next sentence, which we are going to read next, he's going to use the word Hiranyagarbham. He's going to say that. And so we'll bring that word here, that Atma is Hiranyagarbha. And what is Hiranyagarbha? It is Samashti Sukshma Shariram. Now he is jumping from Buddhi, which is Vyashti, which is one human being's intellect, one human being's mind. So located in a very specific place that is called Vyashti. That is the definition of Vyashti. Micro, we say microcosm. That you can locate, you can point your finger at and say, yeah, that. Okay, that Buddhi. From there, he jumps all the way to Samashti. Hiranyagarbha. Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Sukshma Shariram, all that are synonymous here. And so, Sarva Prani Buddhina, that is a clue. Eka Prani, then Sarva Prani, correct? Sarva Prani Buddhinam, Pratyagatma Bhutatvat, Atma, Hiranyagarbha. And we saw last time, why are you using the word Atma for Hiranyagarbha? It is only causing confusion, It's causing confusion. Just leave Atma aside. Why are you using this word Atma? It's a very unique word, Atma. You should have left it around, And our Yama is playing a game or what? Maybe Yama thinks this Nachiketa is pretty smart and he's outwitted me also in many cases. He started giving me also advice. And so I can challenge him a little bit. Maybe that's what he thought. And so, it's confusing. It's confusing. But then context is everything. Context is everything. Sometimes they say context is everything. Context, you have to know the context before interpreting the words. So that is why these words are like that. Yama could have said, you people in America, they have the highways are there. Highways are the big highways, big roads which go from interstate, state to state. And then you've got, of course, the smaller roads, the street is there. Then the next bigger street road comes. And before that, there is something called the right outside the house. Within the house complex, house area, but outside your, let's say, your parking garage. That area is called a driveway, correct? Driveway. It's called a driveway. And here I don't see anybody using these words here. But these words are used. Driveway. So I had to spend 15 minutes clearing the snow from the driveway because snow has fallen, and the road, the machines have cleaned it, but driveway only you have to clean because it's part of your house. And and then that street is called Parkway. One particular street is called Parkway. Smaller streets, then Parkway, then highway, etc. So the question is, hey, how come you park on driveways and drive on parkways? Why do you park on driveways and drive on parkways? You don't have better names or what? This should have been called parkway and that should have been called driveway. But no, it's called driveway, that is called park. So you also have different meanings and you get along quite well. So you should be able to get along quite well. We also, Vedanta people also have our own particular context and language and everything. So you should give us that freedom. That's what Yamadharmaraja might have said, right? So therefore, Buddhehe Atma Sarva Prani Buddhina Pratyagatma Bhutatvat Atma. We also saw one meaning of Atma is what? Apnoti Vyapnoti iti Atma. That which is pervasive is called Atma. You can use the word Atma for anything that's expansive, just expanding constantly, just filling up everything. That you can use the word Atma for that. Okay. Okay. Then let's read the next, which is the appears to be the last sentence of the Bhaashyam.
Can you just repeat the last sentence, please?
Repeat the last sentence. The lot of last sentences.
Apnoti. Apnoti.
Apnoti. Correct. Apnoti, vyapnoti. Vyapnoti is all pervasive. Or vyapnoti, it can be used just for spreading, expanding. The nature of that whose nature is to expand is called Atma. Yeah. So that apnoti, one of the meanings is vyapnoti. Apnoti means gains also, So one of the meanings of apnoti is vyapnoti and therefore Atma. That is a way to understand that word. Okay, good. So next sentence. Avyaktadi
Avyaktadi
yat prathamam jatam
Yat Prathamam Jatam
Airanya Garbham Tattvam
Hairanyagarbham Tattvam
Bodha Abodhatmakam
Bodha Abodhatmakam
Mahan Atma
Mahan Atma
Buddhehe Paraha iti uchyate.
Buddhehe Paraha iti Uchyate.
So this is covering what? Buddhehe Atma Mahan Paraha, the last quarter of the mantra. Buddhehe Atma Mahan covered. Bhashyakara has explained it. Dehe Atma Mahan Paraha. This more superior to the Buddhi is this superior to the Vyashti Buddhi is the Samashti Buddhi called Mahan, also called Atma. Okay, in that context. Okay, that is a way to translate that, right? And so, because this Hiranyagarbha needs special treatment, because VAPs cannot be ignored just like that. And he's giving a further explanation. Avyaktadi yat prathamam jatam Hiranyagarbham. He is now giving some further meanings. Sorry, it is not Avyaktadi. Very sorry about that. Avyaktat. Avyaktat yat prathamam jat. Two different meanings. So it's not Avyaktadi. Avyaktat. Please change your notes. Avyaktat yat prathamam jat. Yat prathamam jat. Hiranya garbham. That Mahan Atma is Hiranya garbham. Hiranya garbham. Hiranya garbhameva Hiranya garbham. Hiranya garbha can also be called Hiranya garbham in this context. And who is that Hiranya garbham? Prathamam jatam. Prathamam jat. Jatam means born. Prathamam Jatam means firstborn. Firstborn. For Hiranyagarbham, Brahmaji also called Hiranyagarbham, Hiranyagarbha. And Brahmaji is the firstborn. How do we know that? In Puranas, they have a beautiful way of showing it. So Vishnu is lying down and nicely, that's relaxing, that casual little, sometimes casual conversations, all family members have come and go to bed or something, 9 o'clock. And then everybody is like, one person is like that, another person is, they're all casually chatting. So Vishnu is like Sthiti, Sthiti Karta. So very beautiful way of saying, hey, Sthiti, I have to manage the whole world, but I'm not stressed out, right? I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed. So Vishnu is lying down like that, and from the navel of Vishnu comes a lotus, and on top of the lotus is sitting Brahmaji. Prathamam Jatam. Firstborn. Firstborn is Brahmaji. Hiranyagarbha. So Shankaracharya is reminding us of all that. Very nice, no? You create the world and you say I'll maintain it, but you first create the world. And then Vishnu kind of goes off to sleep, and so delegate all these responsibilities. But anyway, Brahmaji is the firstborn who is then the creator of the universe, right? That is how the Puranas talk about. And so here, that Hiranyagarbha is none other than the Prathamam Jatam Brahmaji. Okay, Srishtikarta, all differentiation is going to happen now onwards. Okay, Hiranyagarbha is responsible for that. Okay, and how did this Hiranyagarbha got formed? Avyaktat. Avyaktat. From from this Avyakta. Okay, Avyakta here means Maya. From Maya came Hiranyagarbha. Quietly he is introducing the word Avyakta. He doesn't have to say that. But Avyakta came from Maya. So Maya is subtler because next he is going to come. Mahataf Param Avyaktam, next mantra. Mahataf Param Avyaktam is going to come. So superior to that Hiranyagarbha is Maya, is going to be said later. So just he is introducing that Avyaktat. From that Maya was born this Hiranyagarbha. So in Mundaka and all those who studied Mundaka, the first mantra talks about. Okay? Brahma Devanam Pratamas Sambhabuva Vishwasya Karta Bhuvanasya Gopta. The Brahma Vidyam Sarva Vidya Pratishtam Atharvaya Jeshtaputraya Praha. Very beautiful mantra which talks about Brahma is Prathamam Sambhabuva. He was the one who manifested first Jiva, if you will. Yeah. Then what happened? Then he taught this Brahma Vidya started that time itself. Okay. And so he did this talking about this Parampara. The Brahma Vidya Jeshtaputraya, the oldest son of Brahmaji, Atharva, is a name given to that. Jeshtaputraya, Atharvaya, Praha. Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya. And what is Brahma Vidya there? Sarva Vidya Pratishtam. That Vidya which is the origin of every other Vidya. Bold statement he is making. And so anyway, that's a separate topic. But that mantra talks about this Prathamam Jatam. Another word he's using. Hiranyagarbham Tattvam Bodha Abodhatmakam. Tattva means what? That Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbham Tattvam is Hiranyagarbha. Known as Hiranyagarbha. Bodha Abodhatmakam. And this Hiranyagarbha is of the nature of Bodha, knowledge. Okay. And what? Abodhatmakam. Not ignorance. Not ignorance. So, abodha, again, another word. If you were left to us, we will say knowledge and ignorance now. So, commentators say this is another technical word. Abodha means everything other than knowledge also. Knowledge is a Shakti called Jnana Shakti. The other means other two types of Shaktis that are there are Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti. Okay? Because this word Abodha, whenever you see the prefix A in front of a word, what will you think it is?
Opposite.
Opposite. Like dharma, adharma, right? Often opposite. But no. So A has 6 meanings. Okay, the prefix A has 6 meanings. And I'll mention that in satsang. What are those 6 meanings, etc. I can tell you. Tat sadrishyam, tadabhavascha, absence also, likeness also. The word I is used, prefix I is used like that. There are 6. Okay, you won't get into this right. And so one of the meanings of that prefix is anyarthe, anyam, other than. That other than is the meaning of the in the abodha. Don't take it as opposite, like adharma, opposite of dharma, right? Okay, so that bodha. So ichha shakti, kriya shakti, jnana shakti, swarupini, or other way around. Ichha shakti, jnana shakti, kriya shakti, swarupini. So, because Maya is that Swarupini, Maya is the one that gave birth to Hiranyagarbha. So, that Hiranyagarbha has all this Shakti in full measure. Maya, it is dormant. Shakti is waiting to express herself. And she expresses herself as Hiranyagarbha. So, Hiranyagarbha has all these 3 Shaktis. Yeah, that is what is being said here. Bodha abodhatmakam. So that Hiranyagarbha, which is endowed with these 3 Shaktis. Okay. So look at how each word, it takes a lot to, we can't just breeze over all these. Because we are here, we are doing a serious study. We are not studying for the sake of saying, I finished off. Somebody said to Chinmayanandaji, I finished all 10 Upanishads. I've gone through all 10 Upanishads, right? So you know that joke. And Chinmayanandaji looked at him and said, okay, you've gone through all 10 Upanishads. How many Upanishads have gone through you? Okay? So let's study one Upanishad properly. And it's as good as studying everything. Which is how many used to do that. 1 week camp. Really, 1 week camp is not enough to study anything in much detail. Get an introduction to something. And some notes are all given, and many mantras are there, 20 mantras are there. And then Swamiji's style, and he goes slowly, and then he slowly unfolds the top, slowly builds it up. And then last day of the camp is going on, 6th mantra. They've come to the 6th mantra. Hey, what about 15 more mantras, For my money, I should get 20 mantras. You're only giving me 5 mantras for my money. The rest you can read yourself. That's not a problem. He will say, and then he will walk away. So here, look at that. Abodhatmakam mahan atma buddhehe paraha iti uchyate. Mahan and all we've seen. Sarvamatvat. Expansive. Okay. All pervasive also. And so here, that Hiranyagarbham is called Mahan, is worthy of calling Mahan itself. Word Mahan. Synonyms, the bigger the person, the more the person is more well known through various names, Mr. Google or something they might say. So, Mahan Atma Buddhehe Paraha iti uchyate. Superior to Buddhi. Okay? Buddhehe Paraha. Okay? They made some notes here. Om Jata. So in Mahanyasa, Swami quotes this mantra, very interesting. So Mahanyasa, which is part of the Rigveda Sutta. So Hiranyagarbha samavartatagre bhutasya jatah patireka asi. Hiranyagarbha samavartatagre. So agre samavartata came first. Hiranyagarbha came first. There the word Hiranyagarbha is used. Okay, in that Mahanyasa. Many of us chant Lagunyasa. Lagunyasa. So there is Mahanyasa, which is the bigger version of this Lagunyasa, which is chanted before Rudram is chanted. And so in that mantra you get. Yeah, so what is the summary of this mantra? This mantra number 10 is the first of two mantras, 10 and 11, which is revealing Brahma Tattvam. Is revealing Brahma, is revealing Atma. Okay? Through a technique which is very similar to Panchakosha Prakriya. Very similar, not identical, similar. And so the same Panchakosha Prakriya. What is Panchakosha Prakriya? Well, starting from the body, showing that the body is really Anatma, not Atma, because body is gross, body is an object of perception, object of your consciousness, and therefore body cannot be Atma. Body is an object. The object cannot be the subject. Yad drishtam, yad drishyam, tad anityam, tad anatma. And so that is, and you already know body is anityam. Because body is born, body is going to fall, and body is constantly changing, subject to vikara, etc. Therefore, that analysis is called Panchakosha. Panchakosha, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnana, Ananda, like that. Kosha. Kosha is what many people translate it as a covering. A cover, kosha. Sheath, that's why they call it a sheath, or like a sheet. Sheath and sheet. There's no difference as far as the context is concerned. The food sheath, that's how they translate Annamaya, correct? Food sheath. Pranamaya, some prana sheath, like that they translate. A. Find a small, okay, there it is. Okay, so this is our favorite pot. It's a small plug. It's a plug, 2-pin plug, okay? The pot is covering the plug, correct? Pot is covering the plug. How do you know that? Well, there is a plug. There is a plug. So, what is covering the plug right now? You have to really go inside and look at the plug and then get it out. And because this is a kosha, pot is a kosha. Yeah. So that is understandable. Cover. This is like a sheet. Covering. Cover something that is there inside that is even more significant. But can you say the same to body? Body is covering Atma, can we say? Well, because Atma is all pervasive, really speaking. Body is Atma, Atma is not body. Okay. Exactly like pot is clay, but clay is not pot. Can you say pot is covering clay? Pot is covering clay, right? No, you can't say it. Because I do see clay also. I do see pot. There is some confusion there, but you can't say pot is covering clay. Pot cannot cover clay because the whole pot is nothing but clay. If the top is clay, bottom is clay, side is clay, this side is clay, that side is clay. So how can pot really cover clay? Well, What is covering clay? Where is it covering clay? Yahan buddhi mein covers. And I think a pot, there is pot, and I forget there is clay in this until somebody reminds me, hey, this whole thing is clay. And that covering is called, that ajnanam is the cover. That ajnanam is the cover. Okay. Otherwise, there's really no cover at all. Nothing can cover Atma. If Atma can be covered, then what? Atma is Satyam or Mithya? Atma is Mithya. It's an object. It can be covered by another object. Yeah. Achedyo yamadahyoyam akledyo shosha evacha nitya sarvagata achaloyam sanatana. Achedyaha. Why is the Atma Achedyaha? Cannot be cut. Kledyaha, Shoshyaha. Cannot be dried, cannot be wet, all that Krishna had said. This is because Atma is not an object. It's an object, then you can do anything with it. Okay. So therefore, here, that Panchakosha Prakriya is being used. Atma, I'm confused. Body is Atma, Atma is not the body. Pot is clay, but clay is not pot. Why clay is not pot? Because pot has a date of birth. Clay does not have a date of birth. Okay? And it was there, it is there, it will be there also. So, and so, there, the only cover really is a mistake. Swami makes it very clear. Achadakatvat koshaha. Okay, you can, it is called a cover, but it is a mistake. Mistaking the body to be Atma is called Annamaya Kosha. Mistake. One level of mistake. Suppose that mistake is clarified. Okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again. Next level of mistake is Pranamaya Kosha. So all the Indriyas are all there. I am short-sighted. I am this. Anything happens to the eyes, I say, I identify myself with the eyes. So it's called identification. I identify with the body, then I identify with the senses, then I identify with the mind, etc. This kosha is identification. Okay? That is why reading translations can get us more confused. Sometimes good translations are there, no doubt. But without Shravanam, reading any book for that matter, even Swamiji's book, Swamiji's books are very good. But even Swamiji will not say, read my books. Will not say, because that is Satyam. Shravanam is so important. Then after, once the clarity is there, you can read any book you want, nothing. You can even say, no, this is not written properly. You can say that. It's not written properly. You can say that. And so that's because you have that vision with you. Anyway, let's now translate this one. Rather do the Adhyaya of this one. Okay? Arthaha hi indriyebhyah paraha. Arthaha hi indriyebhyah paraha. You're going to say bhavanti, but then when you read this Anvaya 2 months later, you'll be scratching your head saying, what is this paraha? Shankaracharya had said something about superior, and what is the meaning? Therefore, better to say it right now itself. Paraha, within brackets, sukshmaha, mahantaha, pratyagatma bhutaha cha. Sukshmaha, mahantaha, pratyagatma bhutaha cha bhavanti. Close brackets. Full stop. Artaha hi indriyabhyah paraha ... Okay, full stop. Then, next sentence. Manaha cha arthebhyah param bhavati. Okay, manaha cha arthebhyah param bhavati supplied. Okay. Now one more thing. Hmm. Okay. So here, yeah, that's correct. Full stop. Manaha cha arthebhyah param bhavati. Next, buddhihi tu manasaha para bhavati. Full stop. Mahan Atma buddhehe paraha bhavati. महान आत्मा बुद्धेः परः भवति और बुद्धेः अपेक्षया बुद्धेः इस पंचमी एकवचन अपेक्षया कंपेयर इन कंपैरिजन टू बुद्धि हिरण्यगर्भः आत्मा इज परः so that's a good one महान आत्मा within brackets you can say hiranyagarbham tattvam using Bhaashyakara's words महान आत्मा hiranyagarbham tattvam supplied बुद्धेः अपेक्षया परः भवति. I hope you got that. महान आत्मा हिरण्यगर्भं तत्त्वं बुद्धेः अपेक्षया परः भवति. Let's do it once again. अर्थाः हि इन्द्रियेभ्यः पराः सूक्ष्माः महान्तः प्रत्यगात्मभूताः च भवन्ति. Full stop. मनः च अर्थेभ्यः परं भवति. Full stop. बुद्धिः तु मनसः परा भवति. Full stop. महान् आत्मा हैरण्यगर्भं तत्त्वं बुद्धेः अपेक्षया परः भवति. Okay. Okay, let's read the next one. Number 11.
So, Swapnaji, you're next. I'm not able to spotlight you because you're not on video.
I think she
I
dropped
won't
out.
be able to. I won't be able to. Please.
Venkatramanji, you're next.
Okay, mantra number 11. Mahatah paramavyaktam
महतः परमव्यक्तम्
अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः
अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः
पुरुषान्न परं किञ्चित्
पुरुषान्न परं किञ्चित्
सा काष्ठा सा परा गतिः.
सा काष्ठा सा परा गतिः.
Again, महतः परमव्यक्तम्
महतः परमव्यक्तम्
अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः
अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः
पुरुषान्न परं किञ्चित्
पुरुषान्न परं किञ्चित्
सा काष्ठा सा परा गतिः.
सा काष्ठा सा परा गतिः.
So, an often quoted mantra also. Because it talks about this paragati, Atma, the real Atma. Okay, now I have to say real Atma because previously the word Atma was used for Hiranyagarbha. And that name of that real Atma is Purusha, which is good. So we moved away from the word Atma, leave it for Hiranyagarbha for now. And so Purusha. And let's see what he says. Okay, Mahataha Param Avyaktam. Mahataha Param, same thing now. Mahataha, fifth case. Compared to Mahat, this is Mahat, a new word you're introducing. No, it's not a new word. Mahan word was used in the previous mantra. Mahan is Prathama Vibhakti. That's why a little bit of Sanskrit is useful to know. Mahan is Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam of the Pratipadikam called Mahat. It's actually Mahat, but once it becomes a word, then the word is Mahan. Like Vidwan. Vidwan. Vidwan comes from the word Pratipadikam called Vidvat. Vidvat becomes Vidwan. Vidwan, Vidvamso, Vidvamsaha. Here also. Mahan, Mahantau, Mahantaha. Mahataha, fifth case. Compared to Mahan, because English we have to use the word Mahan here. Compared to Mahan, Avyaktam is Param. Avyaktam is superior. So Avyaktam means once we study Vedanta, then what happens? Then we become to understand that the word Avyaktam, somebody is something unmuted. I don't know who it is. Jyoti ji is unmuted. So somebody, so this Avyaktam is what? Maya. Avyaktam is Maya. Okay. Pradhanam, Avyaktam, etc. These words are Maya. And then, so these words are all used. Okay, we'll cover. Some more words are going to come here. So Shankara is going to refer to that. And so that Maya is superior to Hiranyagarbha. Correct? Maya is superior. Why? Because Maya is the creator of the entire world, including Hiranyagarbha. Okay. Hiranyagarbha may be Samashti Sukshma Shariram, Brahmaji also. But guess what? Brahmaji also depends on Maya for creation. Okay. That is why Maya Shakti. That is why Ishvara, Paramatma and Maya, Ishvara and Maya go together. Okay. We will see that next. Okay. Okay. Mahataha Paramam Avyaktam. Then what? Param Avyaktam. Then Avyakta Purushaha Parah. Is Avyakta the end? Is Maya the end? Is Maya the sustainer of the universe? No, Maya is the cause of the universe. But guess what? There is something called Brahma and something called Atma. And that Atma is Purushaha, called Purushaha here. So Purushaha Avyaktat Paraha. Avyaktat Paraha. And Paraha means what? Subtler, Sukshmam, Mahan, as well as this Pratyagatma Bhutaha. But here, Pratyagatma, closer to Atma means what? Hey, this is Atma itself. You can't say closer to Atma anymore. Okay. And that is highlighted again in the next half. Look at that. Just in case the question arises, okay, what is superior to Purusha? What is superior to Atma? Next line says, Yamadharmaraja says, Purushat, that Purushanna is what? Purushat na. Purushatna become Purushanna. Okay. So Purushat na param kinchit. There is nothing greater than Purusha. Purusha. Atma is called Purusha. Why is Atma called Purusha? Because Shankaracharya is going to tell us. Sarva Puranatva. Because Atma fills up everything. There's no place where Atma is not. And that Atma, self-existent Atma, okay. If it were not self-existent, then it has to have a cause. Okay. But there is only one self-existent entity in this universe called Atma. That is Atma. Okay. And so that Purushat Param na kinchit. There is nothing superior to Atma. And Sa Kashta Sa Paragati. Sa. Sa. Kashta. Kashta is feminine. So that Purusha is the culmination. Kashta. Kashta means what? Culmination, the end of this analysis, end of this cognitive analysis. This analysis is purely cognitive. You don't have to do anything to understand this. You don't have to do anything. It's cognitive. Exactly like, what do you have to do? What do you have to do to see that the earth is revolving around the sun, not the sun revolving around earth? What do you have to do? Do you have to do a prayer to ask sun to start moving? Do you have to do Shirshasana and say, we all have to do tapas. If the sun moves like this, after some time, there won't be sunlight here and we will all die. Therefore, all of us should pray. No, you don't have to do anything like that. You have to just understand that the sun does not move. That's all. You have to understand. That's all. It's purely cognitive. Here also, purely cognitive. Why? Why cognitive understanding is enough for all this? It's enough. Why? Samsara is caused by not understanding. Cognitive problem, therefore the solution also has to be cognitive. Solution must be commensurate with the problem. If the problem is that I must be somewhere else in order to get my certificate, some certificate I want from the government, then I have to go there. Karma. That I have to get something. A piece of paper I have to get. Like right now, I'm renewing a driver's license. So they're making me go again, come again, go again. A lot of documentation, and the website is this is the irony of India. The greatest IT people are all sitting in this country, but the government website is just so bad. It took me 4 hours to actually figure out what is the next step. What is the next step? That's it. And they could have easily said it. And I had to go and click so many menus, this and so anyway, this is the irony. But you have to do something. If you have to be somewhere, you have to do something. But here, what do I have to do? Nothing. You just have to understand things as they are. And so, therefore, here, Sakashta, this is the culmination of this journey. What kind of journey it is? It's a journey, it's a cognitive journey from Anatma to Atma. Okay. And therefore, Paragati. Paragati. The greatest goal that a human being can have is that Paragati, to be reached by all people. That's why these people are called seekers. They're not called believers. Another huge difference. They say believers. We say, okay, we are also believers to begin with, but finally we end up becoming seekers. And so, Paragati, ultimate destination, final end. What about all these intermediate ends? Yeah, intermediate ends can be there. Just like train journey is there, something, you get off the middle somewhere. Then we want some chai. Hey, chai wala, some vada, pakoda, and all that we eat, no? So intermediate destination will be there. But this is Paragati. So that's the essence of this, or the gist of this mantra, which together with the previous mantra tells us how to access this Atma, how to separate the Atma from the body. How do you separate Atma from the body? Is it like separating this plug from the thing out and say, I got it. Finally, I got you. No, I was searching for you all along. I didn't know. Somebody put it in the spot. And who might that be? No, it's not like that at all. It is cognitive. It's cognitive. as cognitive as seeing that clay is Satyan and pot is Mithya. Okay. All right. So let's look at the Bhaashyam. Yeah. Mahataha api
Mahatah api
param
param
sukshmataram
sukshmataram
pratyagatma bhutam
pratyagatma bhutam
sarva mahattaram cha
sarva mahattaram cha
avyaktam
avyaktam
sarvasya jagataha
sarvasya jagatah
बीजभूतम.
bijabhutam.
We'll stop with that. We'll stop with that. The sentence is continuing in Gita Press. In your book, I don't know whether there's a full stop or not, but we'll just put a semicolon there. Okay. So, first quarter is being explained. Mahataha api param. Compared to Mahat, param, superior, which means sukshma taram. Taram means, it is the equivalent of the suffix er in English. Okay, tall, taller, tallest. That er is the staram, right? Fast, faster, fastest. Subtle, subtler, subtlest. That er is the staram, right? Sukshma taram, subtler. Subtler than this Mahan Hiranya Garbha is what? Pratyagatma bhutam sarva mahattaram cha avyaktam. This avyaktam, which he's going to explain further later, okay, the unmanifest. Here it's referring to Maya directly, okay. And what is that Maya? Pratyagatma bhutam sarva mahattaram cha. Okay. Pratyagatma bhutam means what? Closer to Atma, getting close to Atma, as it were, okay, of the nature of Atma, okay. And then what? Sarva mahattaram. It is. So, Pratyagatma bhutam means essence also. Closer to Atma means essence of. Essence of what? Of Hiranyagarbha is Maya. Essence. Just like clay is the essence of pot. That essence. That which sustains Hiranyagarbha is Maya. Pratyagatma bhutam. Okay. And then Sarva mahattaram. More pervasive. All pervasive. Sarva mahattaram. Even more pervasive than Hiranyagarbha. Okay. That is what he's saying here. Okay. Avyaktam. And then what? Sarvasya jagataha bijabhutam. Bijabhutam. It is of the nature of the seed. It is like the seed of what? Sarvasya jagataha. Of the entire world. Sarvasya jagataha. So both jagataha also shashti ekavachanam. Jagataha. Sarvasya jagataha bijabhutam. Okay. Of the entire world. Entire world means what now? Does it include Hiranyagarbha? Yes, it includes Hiranyagarbha. What else does it include? Well, everything you can bring in. Panchabhutas included. Sukshma, Sthula, Virat also included. Sthula also. What about Lokas? All the worlds. Chaturdasha, Bhuvanani. 14 Lokas are there. That is universe as far as we are concerned in our model. Okay. Yes, includes everything. Includes all the known and unknown. Maya is the Karanam. Maya Jagat Karanam. Ityarthaha. Okay. That is what is being said here. Sarvasyaha Jagataha Bija Bhutam. Exactly like the bija, the seed. I see a small seed, and my goodness. And when I put it in the mud, in the clay, after some time it becomes a big tree. Why? That is avyaktam. That entire tree was unmanifest in the seed. That is why Maya, she is called Avyaktam. Means what potential? It is a potential world. Maya is a potential world. World is visible to me, but it came from Maya. It was the seed. Maya is the seed form of the world. Okay? And so, Bija Bhutam, that is the meaning of that. Okay, let's read the next portion of this Bhaashyam. Aniruddhaji, yeah. Back to A. Okay. Avyakrita
Avyakrita
Nama Rupa Satatvam
Nama Rupa Satatvam
Sarva Karya Karana
Sarva Karya Karana
Shakti Samahara Rupam
Shakti Samahara Rupam
Avyakta Avyakrita
Avyakta Avyakrita
Akashadi Namavachyam
Akashadi Nama Vacham
Paramatmani
Paramatmani
Ota Prota Bhavena
Ota Prota Bhavena
Samashritam
Samashritam
Vata Kanikayam Iva
Vata Karnikayam Iva
Vata Vriksha Shaktihi.
Vata Vriksha Shaktihi.
That's a mouthful there. So we'll spare Anirudhji.
Guruji, there is no Avyakta Avyakrita. The PDF that Avyakta is not there before that Avyakrita.
Oh,
Akashadi.
Yes.
You
okay.
read it as Avyakta Avyakrita.
After the Samahara Rupam, there is no
Uh-huh.
Avyakta.
There is no
Oh, there is no
Avyakta there.
Oh, okay. So
It's
in this,
Avyakrita.
only
Gita Press
Avyakrita.
has it.
Okay, only Avyakrita is there in your notebook. In Gita Press, both words are there. Avyakta, Avyak. So,
Guruji, one small request. The next Paramatma, just read that, Guruji, please. I'll just put commas.
Paramatmani, Ota Prota Bhavena.
It is Ota.
Ota.
Okay. Dhanyavada, Guruji.
O, that O, okay. Ota Prota Bhavena. So, see, the Avyaktam word in the Moolam came in the previous sentence. Avyaktam, Sarvasya Jagataha Bija Bhutam O. Continuing to explain. If Hiranyagarbha is a VIP, Maya should be VVIP. Very, very important person. And so Maya should deserve a little more explanation than see, Atma can get away. We can get away not explaining Atma because Atma is akarta. It can't do anything to us. Simply sitting and allowing anything to happen. But Maya, if you don't take care of her, then we may end up with problems. Therefore, Shankaracharya is explaining Maya in so many words. Okay, look at this. Bijabhutam. Okay, Avyakrita Nama Rupa Satatvam. Okay, Satatvam means again the essence, the Karanam. That is the meaning of Satatvam. So, Nama Rupa Satatvam. It is the cause of all Namas and Rupas. Rightly, Shankaracharya is bringing here Vedanta here. Vedanta means what? Hey, this entire world is nothing but Nama and Rupa. Okay? Nama Rupa Satatvam. So, the cause of all Nama Rupas, also called Avyakritam. Avyakritam means potential. Potential cause of the whole world of names and forms. Avyakrita, potential cause. She is the Shakti. Shakti always is potential. Why potential? Because when the Shakti is expended, then it's manifest. It is manifest as a particular creation, particular form, object, etc. And so that potentiality is called Vyakrita. Vyakrita. Okay. So that material cause of all names and forms, which is in potential form, dormant form, latent form, latent heat and all we studied in school long ago. And so latent means what? Waiting to come out. That is called Abhyakrita. Okay. And so it's a Karana. Karana means already we know two kinds of Karanams. One is called, there is Nimitta Karanam, there is Upadana Karanam. Okay. Nimitta Karanam means the creator of the pot maker is the Nimitta Karanam of this pot. Then there is another creator called material, which is clay. Okay. In this case, clay is called Upadana Karanam. Okay. Upadana Karanam also, this is here, it is Upadana Karanam. Correct? Maya cannot be Nimitta Karanam. It has to be Upadana Karanam. The material of which the world is made of is Maya. Upadana Karanam. Okay. Then what? How many types of Upadana Karanam we have studied?
Vivarta, Upadana
Vivarta, Avivarta.
Okay. Vivarta, Avivarta. Quite smart. Vivarta is Upadana Karanam without changing. And Parinami Upadana Karanam is the material cause which changes in the process of becoming the product. Okay. Parinami Upadana Karanam, technically everything is Parinami. That change that we know of in this world is all Parinami. Okay. We often give the example of milk becoming yogurt. Okay. Milk is gone forever. Okay. Sometimes, I mean, everything in this, every object that you take, Parinami, it's all used up. Even a phone you take, so many, hundreds of items have come together and then become a phone. Now you can't say, sometimes, you can't say, I will, after my phone is start working, I'll sell it and I'll get something out of it. These days, it is more and more difficult because gone. Even though it has chips, it has plastic, it has glass, and everything is there in this phone, but it becomes useless. But the creator of this phone, this Apple or this whoever is making this Samsung, they have some idea. They know how to get and make use of this phone. Okay, only the creator seems to know how to make use of it. Okay, like Ishvara knows how to make use of Maya. Okay. But then, so Parinami Upadana Karanam is the most well known to us. Vivartam, the Upadana Karanam which becomes the product but does not change. Is there such a cause? See, often we use clay as Upadana Karanam. This example is good because Upadana Karanam is there, clay. But then is it Parinami or Vivarta Upadana Karanam? I used the clay example to highlight the Vivartatvam, Vivarta Upadana Karanam, because clay is more like a cause that doesn't change at all. Technically, clay also has to be fired and all that, and after some time, that clay won't be useful, technically. But it's a pretty good example to tell us about the Vivartatvam. Okay. But then, better example of Vivarta Upadana Karanam is what? Our own dream creation. Dream is the product. Dream is the creation made by whom? By me. I am the creator. And guess what? I alone became the dream. Whatever is there in this head, That me became the dream. And the dream resolved into myself. And the dream resolved so well that no changes happened to me. Maybe some nightmare I had, I was afraid, all that may be there, or I was happy, all that happened. But now I'm back to square one. Correct? Back to square one. Back to. So, fortunately, no changes happened. Nobody ever says, if you have dreams, you age fast. If you have dreams, you age fast. Means what? Suppose science comes up and tells that. What will happen now? Now, another source of stress for all of us. Oh my God. I'm getting a lot of dreams. And therefore, I'm going to age fast. Another fact we don't need. We don't need that stress at all, right? And so, that is the parinami upadana karanam is milk as a cause of yogurt, and aparinami vivarta upadana karanam is that dream example where I am vivarta. I am the cause of the world. I am also vivarta upadana karanam of the world. Okay. Now, here, karanam means you should ask the question, what karanam? Nimittam or upadanam? It's called upadana karanam. Who is upadana karanam? This avyakta is the upadana karanam of the nama rupatmakam jagat. Okay. And what kind of upadana karanam? Also, you can ask, is it vivarta upadana karanam or parinami upadana karanam? Maya is the parinami upadana karanam. Maya undergoes change. What about vivarta upadana karanam? Yes. Jagat karanam, Brahma also we say. Brahma also is Jagat karanam. But Brahma is not parinami upadana karanam. Brahma is aparinami, vivarta upadana. Okay? That is all by the way. Okay. So, sarvasya jagataha bijabhutam avyakrita nama rupam satatvam, that potential creation, ability to create this nama rupakam jagat is there. That is Maya. Okay. Then, avyakta, the sarva karya karana, we'll leave it aside for now. Yeah, we'll leave it aside. Next will come. Avyakta, avyakrita, akashadi nama vachyam. Avyakrita we saw earlier, that potential, that latent ability to manifest as this world is there in Maya. Therefore, she is called Avyakritam, also called Avyaktam. Okay. So, known by various names, Namavachyam, known by various names like Avyakta, Avyakrita, and Akasha, etc. Prajara is saying, Maya is not ordinary. She has a lot of names. She goes by many names, like Avyaktam, like Maya, like Avyakritam, like Akasha. My goodness, the source of confusion never ends. You're calling Akasha as Maya? Yes. How do you know all this? Where do you bring it all up from? No, Shankaracharya is not pulling this out of his hat. Shankaracharya is quoting this dialogue between Gargi and Yajnavalkya in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where Gargi is using words like Vayu for Hiranyagarbha. She uses the word Vayu for Hiranyagarbha, and she is asking, Vayoho Karanam Kim? Who is the cause of this Vayu? And Yajnavalkya, being smart and having figured out Gargi, he doesn't keep quiet. He says Akasha is the cause of Vayu. And it is not really referring to the Akasha Vayu Panchabhuta. It is referring to Hiranyagarbha and Maya. So there Akasha is referring to Maya. Therefore, Shankaracharya here is saying Akashadi, Namavachyam, called as Akasha, called as Pradhanam, etc. So many words are there for Maya. Okay. So Akashadi Namavachyam. Then Paramatmani Otam Prota Bhavena Samashritam. Ota Prota Bhavena. This is a very interesting word. Also comes in that same dialogue between Gargi and Yajnavalkya. Shankaracharya is just using that as the pramanam. Ota Prota means what? If there is a piece of cloth, There's a piece of cloth. If you carefully look at this piece of cloth, carefully just zoom in with your phone and with some other thing, you will find what? Finally, you will fall just threads, fine needles you will find, fine fibers going horizontally and vertically. That is called Otam Proth. Otam Proth. Exactly like this cloth. You think this is some cloth that's independently existing? No, there is something called fiber which is holding the cloth. The entire cloth, in fact, is fiber in the form of longitudinal and latitudinal Otaprota of this cloth. In that form, Otaprota Bhavena Paramatmani Samashritam. In that form, in Paramatma, it is supported Samashritam. Maya also is supported. Maya requires the support of Paramatma, exactly like in this cloth. Okay. Like that, Brihadaranya Upanishad 3.6.1 he is quoting. And then look at this. Sarvaka. Okay, we have a couple of minutes. Sarva Karya Karana Shakti Samahara. Yeah, we saw that. Maya is Shakti. And what kind of the Shakti Samahara? Means all groups of Shaktis, whatever Shakti you can think of. Agni is a Shakti, Vayu is a Shakti. Okay. Whatever potential energy, kinetic energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy, you come up with any kind of energy or any kind of matter. Everything is Shakti for us. Okay, material. Why? Because Maya is rudimentary matter. Rudimentary matter, material. Yeah, because Upadana Karanam, therefore material, correct? And therefore, any material in this world, material is equal to energy also included. Samahara, that all the entire group of Shaktis, Shakti Samahara Rupam, is of the form of all groups of energies. And Shankaracharya is saying, Sarva Karya Karana Samahara Shakti Rupam. Sarva Karya Karana, which is all cause effect, which is all within the framework of cause and effect. Very important. Our rishis talk about cause and effect so much. I don't know why scientists don't refer to that. Okay. I think it's just plain ignorance. We just don't know enough. We have not been taught properly. If this whole teaching must be there, scientists should study all this. Sarva Karya Karana Shakti Samahara. It is all, the entire world is nothing but cause and effect. Okay. And wherever cause and effect is there, or wherever material is there and energy is there, cause and effect will be there. So that's what he's referring to here. And so that which is of the form of the aggregation of all the powers of cause and effect. Okay, cause effect means power is there, right there. And so seeing, power of seeing, all the functions of the human body, functions, all the operations going on in this world, geological functions, astrological, astronomical functions, everything included. Okay. And can you explain little more? Yes. Vata kanikayam vata vriksha shaktihi iva. Iva means like. Vata vriksha shakti. Vata vriksha is a type of tree. Okay, it's a big tree, and which has, it's very big with a lot of roots and all that. And so that vriksha shakti, exactly like the entire power of the tree, is there in the vata kanika, is there in the seed. It's collapsed in the seed, encapsulated in the seed. Very, very interesting. The word encapsulation is interesting. In a capsule, the entire Shakti is there, like that. Vata kanika, okay. The banyan tree, right? Vatavriksha is banyan family. There is a family of trees, okay? And so, just as the potential of the banyan tree is there, is hidden, is latent, is dormant in the seed, a banyan tree seed. Banyan seed. Okay? Even in that manner, this Maya Shakti must be understood. Okay? That's what is being said here. That is the description of Maya that Shankaracharya has given. So that Maya is what here in this mantra? Mahataha param avyaktam. That is what has been covered. Next class onwards, we'll look at avyaktat purushaha paraha. So Maya is Jagatkara. Therefore, Maya is subject to change. Okay. Next, he is going to say Purushaha. Brahma is Maya Karanam. Anything that is Karanam is subject to change. By being subject to change, it becomes Karanam. And then it can create something. But Brahma is Maya Karanam, which he is going to say later. If you say, you don't say Karanam, then what happens? Brahman also becomes subject to change. Karanam is as though it is said Karanam. But Brahma is not subject to change. Brahma is called Adhishthana. Adhishthana means the support. The support. Exactly like the clay is the Adhishtanam of the pot. If you want to refer to that, which does not change, Brahma should technically not be called Karanam, even though occasionally you use the word Karanam for not in the sense of other types of causes. It is in the sense of being the support of the world of Maya, etc. All that we'll see in the next class. That's the direction in which we are going. Okay. Any questions you can ask me. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.
Dhanyavada.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you.